Yeah, the stakes are high.
They are? Okay, all right.
Try your best.
Be funny, be funny, be funny.
Denk daran, die Kraft der Magie hält nicht ewig. Um Mitternacht beim letzten Glockenschlag ist der Zauber vorbei. Und alles wird so sein, wie es war.
Eine zerlumpte Dienstmagd, das bist du.
Schmutzige Ella! Schmutzige Ella! Cinderella! So nennen wir dich jetzt!
Cinderella is mostly based on the Disney animation movie. And how well do you know that movie, or did you watch it in preparation?
Many times.
No, I didn't.
I knew it really well just as a kid. I mean, but I only remembered sort of flavours of it. I remembered, like, you know, the magic. I remembered Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. And I remembered talking mice and a little fat mouse called Gus.
I mean, I remember the animation from when I was a kid. I used to watch these kind of films on loop. I've got two sisters, so we watched all the Disney films. The songs are deeply ingrained in my head. But yeah, I wanted to watch this again, particularly because of the terror of playing the Prince character, who we've all got an idea in our head of who he is. And actually going back and watching the animation, he's only in 2 or 3 scenes. We don't actually know much about him.
No.
So I managed to kind of go back and kind of calm my terror a little bit and then start building a character from scratch with Ken.
So then I re-looked at it when I got cast, and I watched it hundreds of times, and all the Disney princess films again and again. I love them.
Good.
I became like worryingly obsessed with every single princess, and so yeah, it sort of re-sparked my love.
Do you have a favourite princess out of those binge watchers?
Yeah, I do. I think probably Belle, but I love Pocahontas too.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
Mine's Ariel.
Yeah,
kind
of course, the hair.
Well,
You've got it. I'm a natural brunette, so that's why it was Belle.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's kind of that.
It
Yeah,
is.
with all my friends. They're like, yeah, if they look like it. Like,
Yeah, you associate with the one that's like, maybe you could be, like, maybe, like, you know.
Yeah.
I think it was the same with the Spice Girls.
Oh, well.
I was always Sporty Spice. Jerry?
We're going there. I was keeping that balance. I was inventing something new, but also staying true to the material.
I like somehow to create space for the characters and yet give the audience a cinematic treat. So in this case, that treat was the sumptuous nature of the costumes and the setting, the Dante Ferretti and Sandy Powell of it all, and the Harris Zambalukas of it all. And then inside that have this sort of clear, sort of pure crystallized kind of qualities in the characters, but not one note, so not pantomimic. So much more to Cate Blanchett's character than just wearing the beautiful clothes and looking fantastic. Surprisingly sad, surprisingly vulnerable at moments. She evolves, and so do those stepsisters. Right up to the last minute, stepsisters suddenly, oh, my sister, I'm so, funny and a bit absurd, and a bit tragic, so a bit yucky. That world of balance. Some people say balance is the enemy of art. But balance, a relationship, a tension between all of those things. The classical world, the modern world, a Cinderella we used to believe was a victim, and now we believe could and should be a proactive architect of her own destiny. Finding that amid all those expectations as well that you allude to as well was exciting and dangerous. So creatively, that makes for a treat.
So about your character, you're sort of an antagonist in a way, but also like a very understandable one. Can you just give a brief explanation what his personal story is about and what he wants to achieve?
He's a politician or a corporate man that lives within the system and knows the system and knows how it works, and he thinks he knows everything, like a lot of men do, and he wants to achieve what is best for the country. And there's not really no place for stupid, soft, fluffy feelings like love in his world.
Who can blame him?
Yeah. Yeah, he probably thinks that business is business, and then you have sex, and that's it.
And no further
Nothing,
from there.
No, but that also makes him understandable. I mean, when I did him, I was thinking of Dick Cheney, but I think he's even nicer than that. But his function is, of course, his function is evil. But it's like the evil stepmother who is. But you understand that it's not evil. An evil person is not just magically evil. It is because of something. She lacks something. There's a panic in it. There's a lot of sorrow and bitterness, and that creates it.
Yeah, it's not just black and white.
No.
So, would you say that you have a favorite scene from the animation movie and a favorite scene from this movie, and are they the same? This movie.
Ooh, favorite scene from the original one.
Well, it's funny because I did get really into the animation. There was lots of little moments that I wanted to do kind of quite specifically. Like in the film, there wasn't actually a big beat where I break down after the stepmother and sisters have gone. And I remember in the film, there's this moment where she goes and weeps on the well, and like her back, like she's like sobbing, like only a fairy tale princess can do, but it's like, I shouldn't do it now. And so I tried to actually like physically replicate that in the film, like, and I wanted to do it by the well, and I wanted there to be a real moment of breaking so that she can come again, like, and that you can relate to her because you can see that she's struggling. She's not just this perfect, happy person.
I like all the things with the mice in the original one because they can talk, which I quite like. And my favourite scene from this one, I don't know, as an actor to play, one of my favourite, I loved everything with Lily, of course, but one of my favourite times on set is whenever I was with Derek Jacobi, who plays my father, and I just had so much fun with him, and he's such a wonderful actor. It's like a masterclass being on set with him and Ken. So they were my kind of top favourite times, I think.
Yeah. What would you say is the message of the movie, and how does it translate into modern times, into our world right now? Because, well, back then, of course, like fairy tales were made to, keep people kind of educated and all that.
Yes, and also reinforce certain kind of social mores and strictures. And we, in a way, we have to negotiate that because we still have a prince and we still have, certain ideas in there about choosing brides and all the rest of it. But I think we find a way to be loose enough with that to basically say that we believe inside this, a relationship could and should be in a heterosexual relationship, in this case, should be between two equals, that they both need to earn the respect and the love of the other person, regardless of what appear to be the power positions, and that Cinderella can be as empowered as he is, and we give that opportunity. It first go by having them meet each other without the other knowing who the other is. So it's only in this case about who they are. A man on a horse in a wood who I disagree with the fact that he's hunting, and
which is good that they start by
bit of spunk, bit of spark,
yeah.
And of course that that's tension, and suddenly it becomes a bit of sexual tension, and you need also in the same scene to believe, well, they didn't agree to marry at the end of that scene, but there was something. There was a big connection. Yeah.
I think the message is sort of in the film. It's sort of spoken several times. What I think the heart of the movie is, which is when the mother says, "Have courage and be kind, and all will be well." And I think even though it's incredibly simple, it's incredibly powerful, and there's such strength and there's such freedom in those words, because it can, I think it's underestimated, the sort of strength in that. And so I hope the message is of that inner goodness, inner strength that will win through, and that you can really survive most things if you can hold on to that sort of mantra.
Du bist es, nicht wahr?
Gepasst! Es reicht.
Wo Freundlichkeit herrscht, gibt es Güte. Und wo es Güte gibt, da ist auch Magie.